Right. My name is Adrian Woods. I work for an organisation called Pit Stop, which is based in Halifax. The organisation now is in its 16th year of running. It works with young people and children. Children is based from 7 up to 11 and 12 onwards to be young people depending on their academic standard. We originally started the project, as I say, 16 years ago, and we started with £100 running some go-karts and doing some crime prevention work. From that now to about 5 years ago, we've gone to such an extent now where we've got limited by guarantee to be a social enterprise organisation. To keep the project to develop, we've had to put it into other areas. You can't just run a go-kart, take it to a track and have nothing about it. The project's had to become self-sufficient, so for that we've had to integrate income, generate some money to come through. And then we've had to grow to another extent. We've had to employ people, teachers, youth workers, and what we call sessional workers, where we'll have a specialism. The specialism grown to an extent now where we teach in 5 schools, curriculum-based. We have about 20 to 25 voluntary organisations that use the organisation as well for education-based. And then we teach looked after where children have been taken away from the parents, and all them types of organisations that fit in with that piece. As an organisation, we never planned to go this far. We now have a voluntary organisation. The voluntary organisation has a board of directors that are all committed, put the time in for nothing. They turn their time with their skills to help us develop further. In the last 5 years, we've picked up some bigger commissioning pieces of work from the Learning Skills Council. To pick them up is an achievement, but unfortunately it's not the sustainability we need. So we've now, over the last 5 years or so, turned and sold the project to schools, youth offending, other organisations where we can generate money through, to the extent of that we're now 95% self-sufficient. The other 5% is through subs and income that come through the young people. The income last year of the project was just over £250,000. The projected turnout this year is about 320 we're hoping for. For the next exercise of the project, the problem we've got is we've got too many children coming to the project. We can't turn them away. The variety of the project has been the success, ranging from, yes, a go-kart project. They don't do cars, they don't do motorbikes, we're interested in one actual area. That child comes through the door because they want to go and do that particular project. To enhance it more, we do outdoor sports, canoeing, rock climbing, double scrambling, lots of camping. We do lots of camping based around the go-karts because that's what children want. Everything we do on that is accredited, so there's an outside piece of what we call education by stealth. They can't just come and have some fun, there's got to be an outcome from it to develop and gain a new skill. We found that wasn't enough, so now we've gone into environmental, which is going to turn up to about 40% of the project by the time we're finished, which is ranging from beekeeping to growing vegetables, healthy eating within the vegetables, showing how to cook the veg. We're involved in a fish farm in Wakefield, which we want to develop our own fish farm in Calderdale. We have an IT department based around photography. We have an awful lot of them that can't read and write. So to get back onto the IT thing, we can take a picture, download it onto the computer, put the computer on, and run on from it. It comes up with a credited piece of work because it's hands-on activities. As we're running at the moment, a brief line of fish farm, IT, residential. Residential also includes trips abroad. We do a lot of integration where we go to other countries. That's self-financed. Food technology based around the vegetables we grow. Beekeeping, which I mentioned. The carrots, the go-karts, that gets them through the door. It gets us into reading and writing with them. Of the turnover last year of the youngsters that came through, this year's one we're looking at about 1,100 members within Calderdale, Huddersfield, Bradford and the outskirts of Rochdale. Attendance this year is over 13,500 with an average session of 3 hours. What we're looking for is to grow the project because it is an absolute need, there's no doubt about it. We have a great reputation, the youngsters come through the door. We've developed now, we have a youngster at university, he's doing very well his first year. We have 5 youngsters with what's called CSLA, called Community Sports Leader Award. and that's where they go and learn a skill. From that, they can sell themselves in the summer when the council advertise for junior sports workers. We're employing for 7 young people at the moment of 16. We have 3 full-timers, 2 secretaries, and about 9 specialism teachers where they'll do canoeing or the actual activity we want to do and move on with. Does it work? Yeah, it does. It really does work, very much so. Our problem is we don't want to turn anybody away. Forecast for this next year, we think is going to be somewhere around about the 15,000 mark, because the people are coming asking us what we can do, how they can get involved, or can they buy time off us and buy a service. And as time goes on, education needs to have things that are proving what we've done. We've got to have a value for money. We're doing that, but we're growing. And as we grow, we're going to need bigger facilities. What I'm looking for from you for the money, is that real? Or is it photocopied? Yeah. We've identified a site in Halifax.
He wants to know if the money's real. I mean, no, that's my
what we're going for next is we've identified a piece of land in Halifax. It's 9 acres of land. It's a quarry. It's not deep enough for landfill, but it's about 20 feet deep in the dip. We want to tidy it up, level it off, and put all our facilities in. Well, we're going to Wakefield to do 1 service, and we're going to York for another service, and we're going to Lancashire, and we want to bring it all into one area, rationalise it, and obviously income generate far better, so we can get that one piece we are self-sufficient, even though we're a small amount short. Proper finances means you have to manage it properly. So
nearly out of time.
Right, proper finances means that if we don't put the money into the bank and save it for ourselves, instead of giving somebody 25,000 a year for a track, we can put the 25,000 in our bank account.
Thank you. Dragons.